Well, guys, stop me if you've seen this before. Actually, yes, I have seen this before. I saw it literally last week. Another Steve, another Japan major, another grand finals victory, and another pop-off that some may think is warranted, some may not. But either way you look at it, Onin, they are your KOWLOON champion over Science, who crawled his way back into grand finals, only to fall short in a 3-0 loss to Onin right there. But how did we get to this point? How did we get to another Steve victory? Well, I suppose during my crash out on my watch party, we should at least go back and take a look at the results after all. So Onin, they do get first place. First win since SmashCon, aka Supernova, a couple years ago over Meister. Sonic's first top 8 at a major in quite a while, I feel like. Gluto continues his consistency with another major top 8 there. Then you got Tweek in his final tournament, and yes, it was his final tournament. We'll talk about that later and hear it from the man himself, one of the goats of Ultimate. Spargo Yoshidora, 5th place. Light, a very brief and perhaps a regrettable appearance in this top 8, considering how he got eliminated. We'll definitely touch on that. And then Mia takes 7th. Now, one thing you'll notice about this collection of top 8, look at that top 4. No Japan representatives. I know what you're going to say. Well, they didn't have a Cola. A Cola wasn't there. Doramigi wasn't there. No Carmelo, no Asimo, this, no that. I don't give a shit, okay? NA was all up in that top 8, and that's A-okay with me, baby. All right, straight up. I don't care how you slice it. And these days, we'll just gotta take what we can get. But Sally, my GOAT, my favorite player, MKLeo, had to take 13th place, losing to both Onin and this fraud Reiki. You know, we can play a few highlights from that. I really feel like Leo, to Leo's credit, I do feel like Leo is starting to kind of pick it up a little bit in this matchup, and they're very gracious even in defeat right there. Extends the hand despite, I don't care what you say, Leo's the better player, you know what I'm saying? But still, they're both very respectable tournament goers. So Leo did make a tweet. He said, out from KOWLOON at 13th, last tourney in Japan. Learned so much. I'm not going to let this go to waste. I'll get stronger and win. I'm very excited for the rest of the year. I'm pushing to higher limits. This trip only made me realize I love competing and I want to win. Now that right to me, but listen, if you keep getting seeded into Onin and taking L after L to this damn character, all right, that's enough to make anyone just throw in the towel, all right? But not Go City's more motivated than ever. He's ready to get back in the lab, and they got plenty more tournaments this year for him to get an opportunity to continue to prove himself at. So I'm very excited to see what Leo can do and bounce back. Definitely some scattered results over the last couple of weeks. I saw him win the level up pre-local, which was very stacked, top 8 at level up, win a couple of Japan locals, fall short at the majors, but it is what it is. GOAT still GOATing. Now, this is something that's been making its rounds on social media. Talked about the results, talked about my boy Light. Very happy to see him make top 8 after failing to do so at Kagaribi, but I'm just gonna let this play. I'm just gonna let this play, because really what develops here is one of the craziest things. So this is game number 4, and that is not a typo. Spargo is indeed playing Piranha Plant against Light. Now you're probably thinking like, what the hell is the methodology behind it? Oh my goodness, methodology. Let me tell you something. Light stocks got messed up as I did that sentence right there. But you're probably thinking, what's the method behind the decision to use Piranha Plant? Well, if you look at their last encounters, I think the last, 2 times Light's actually beaten Spargo. All right, the Cloud hasn't gotten the job done. Now, I always thought, because Cola has done well against Light in their last encounters, that we would actually see Spargo play Roy, because we know how good Spargo's Roy actually is, right? But electing to bring out the Piranha Plant, and not only did he defeat Light, he straight up bodied him. Now, I saw Light's tweet. He said, yeah, nice to get in, get top 8 at this major, but I got matchup checked hard in 2025. And you did. This had people actually asking me during my watch party, like, hey, EE, what was a worse loss? Light losing to Nairo's Ganondorf back in like the first, 4 or 5 months of the game, or losing to Piranha Plant? Now, I will say this. I'm still good. At the very least, Piranha Plant is technically still DLC, right? So you technically only lost to DLC. Lost very hard at that, But still, Sparko, you knew Sparko was going to hang this one up on the mantle. That was absolutely crazy. And that ass whooping single-handedly probably delayed Lights Out episode 100 by another week, maybe 2, all right? Keep it real with you for sure. But sadly, delays aside, there's an ending to one of the most storybook careers that we've ever seen at Ultimate. And it ended in one of the most unceremonial fashions. Now, you guys know I like Sonics. That's my man for real. But Tweek, that's my man 100 grand, bro. This match right here, this match was just 3 out of the 4 games ended in timeouts. 1 from Sonics, 1 from Tweek. And then Sonics won with like a minute left. And then this abomination. You see that 2 stocks? You also see what else is up there? 40 damn seconds is left on the clock, bruh. 40 damn seconds. This is how Tweek's tournament career comes to an end? Surely it can't be. Surely the Gavinator wins this and pushes it forward. Friends, much like Kane the Conqueror, I know how it ends. And it ain't the ending. It ain't the ending that we want. That play right there from Sonic single-handedly eliminated Tweek, putting him in another top 4 at a Japan major. Kudos to him. But ultimately putting an end to this match, even in stylish fashion like that. And that's gonna do it. And Tweek knows it's over. We know it's over. It's rough. It's rough for sure. I would have liked to see an all-out beat 'em up type match, especially when I consider these niggas are fighting over a bag of rice. You know, like I'm not trying to be rude, but you know, you don't get paid out there. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So Tweek actually had some words before Top 8 started. So let's listen to him confirm that that was indeed his last tournament. We will see one of the GOATs of Smash Ultimate competing.
So,
is it maybe your last tournament?
Yes. Okay. It's my last tournament.
It's your last tournament?
Yeah.
So it's official?
For now, yeah.
KOWLOON for now is your last tournament?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I just hope you win.
Thank you.
I just hope you win. I think you deserve that.
Thank you.
And can I ask why? Or maybe you want to...
Keep it real, Tweek.
So many reasons.
Okay.
Keep it real.
I think I'll reevaluate things in like maybe 6 to 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely want to come back for the next game.
Okay.
At least.
At least, okay. Okay.
But there's too many reasons.
Yeah.
It's personal too.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I hope everything will go well for you.
Thank you.
We're always rooting for you, Tweek. Tweek is literally one of my favorite people, one of my good friends. And again, I'm glad that he was able to go, like, again, 2 big bounce backs after that very lackluster performance at Level Up. My man goes on the top 4, the hardest tournament ever. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, the S tier the next week. Proud of Tweek, and I'm gonna miss him, bro. But hopefully Tweek talks continue. I just want to show this artwork real quick too. Shouts to his beautiful girlfriend B who put this together. This right here. For all you gyms who might tweet this on Twitter, you make sure you give Ghoul Runnings credit because she put together a marvelous work of art here, and it had to be said. But with all that said, it all leads us back to this ending. The ending, which resulted in another Steve win. You see Sonics right there. Now I know Sonics tweeted afterwards that he's, you know, at least satisfied he got back in the top 8 and stuff like that, but you know, I'm sure not satisfied with taking the L, and I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. It really is. These watch parties, I love doing them, but I'm really starting to realize that a lot of these crash outs I used to just do for hilarity are actually like legitimate. The reason I don't have my camera on right now is because I'm literally raging just thinking about how this ended. Thinking about how the Steve meta is only gonna get worse from here. I have a proposal. Timeouts. What if instead of letting the person with the lowest percent win most stocks, you have to play the sudden death out? I bet your asses would start approaching a little bit more then. What about banning Steve? Well, we're probably too far beyond that already at this point, but I don't know, bro. I'm just looking ahead. I'm just thinking, and it feels like it's gloom and doom, but really I want sunshines and rainbows. But what do you guys want to know? And did you enjoy this video, my recaps? I'm trying to make these a more consistent things for tournaments that are of a larger scale. So if you did enjoy this, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I know somebody who enjoyed it. I know somebody who enjoyed it a lot. My God, Ultimate.